We'll see. What is up, you guys? Thank you so much for clicking on this channel. My name is Tia, if you haven't seen my face before, and then today we are getting baked and cooking. I'm so excited for today's video because I've been wanting to do this for quite some time. And then today we are going to make a Dino nugget volcano, and it's going to be vegan. Let's go ahead and get started. This will not be a tutorial. This will not be a tutorial. This will be solely just for entertainment. So this is the wrong video if you decided to learn anything, because I will not be telling you all of my measurements and everything, because I will just stop boring when my ancestors give me a tap. So first, to get started, before we get baked, I'm gonna go ahead and infuse our milk. And today I am using unsweetened oat milk. I had to be very specific to make sure that it was not sweetened because I do not want some sweet mashed potatoes. While that infused into the milk, let's go ahead and get baked. Unfortunately, I don't know exactly what I have just because my boyfriend went and picked up the flowers this time. However, I do know, knowing him, it is an indica. It smells so good. Let's grind a little bit of this up and see how it tastes. I'm gonna go ahead and pack this in a bowl now. Cheers. So I got some golden potatoes that I already washed. I'm not gonna peel them. One, because there's a lot of nutrition in the peel, and two, quite frankly, I just don't want to. I'm gonna chop them up and then put them in the cold water. I'm just gonna dice them up any kind of way. I just want chunks, so that way when I boil it, it will cook a little bit faster because it's smaller, like that size. And I made sure that I'm putting it in cold water first. I only got the golden potatoes because they just look more appealing than the rest. The brown potatoes, they just don't look. I don't want to touch it. It still looks like it's growing in the floor, like, or the ground. I think one time I just made crispy black bean tacos one night, and I let my boyfriend's friend try it. And he said,
I heard that vegetarians' food is just very flavorful.
Like, yeah, duh. Being vegetarian is not as hard as what people make it seem. It's a little bit more accessible these days than it was like 10 years ago. Hell, even going vegan doesn't even really seem that bad of an idea to me. One, super accessible, like I just said. Two, you're getting all the nutrition that you need. Three, it's cost efficient. You get canned jackfruit, canned chickpeas, can of beans, all without even spending $10 if you get all of them at the same time. But have you seen the prices of meat? Expensive. They're just used to eating what they're eating, which is fine. I don't ever want to judge anybody for not being a vegetarian, not being a vegan, because I'm not a vegan. I would like to be one day. Everyone has their own choices and their own minds that they have to make. Everyone has their own lives and they are their own person and they can make their own choices. Who am I to tell someone what feels better for me will make them feel better? There's people who solely just have meat and cheese diets. I don't judge them because it's none of my business. If it makes that person feel great and if they like it, I love it. And I definitely don't think that just because someone's a vegetarian or vegan means that they are healthy. Moral of the story, you better if you want if it makes you feel good. Growing up with someone making me feel bad about my choices, what I decide to eat, telling me that is no good for me, or just making me feel judged every single time that I get a bag of chips, I will never make anybody feel the way that I felt. And I will always allow myself to eat whatever I want, whenever I want. I just choose not to eat meat because I have a sensitive tummy and it just makes me feel better. And I know that I feel a hell of a lot better when I don't eat cheese too. But sometimes there's just something about having a good slice of pizza that's gonna hit every single time. And I think that's because when I was a kid, every other week on Friday nights, my parents would order us pizza. I love pizza because of that. I do wish there was New York style pizza out here. We also had a Uno's here, and they had Chicago style pizza, deep dish style pizza. And I heard people from Chicago don't even eat deep dish pizza anyway. Like, is it really a Chicago thing? I mean, I guess it originated in Chicago, but I mean, I've heard that people from Chicago don't eat it. I also probably shouldn't be waving this knife around. So I'm gonna let these boil until they're fork tender. I probably should have used a bigger pot. My mom did teach me before that if you put a wooden utensil, spoon, spatula, whatever, as long as it's wooden, over a pot like this, it shouldn't bubble over. Last time I remember, it did work, but this is a lot of water. Let's hope it works and take another hit. I'm gonna cut up this apple and share it with my dogs while I wait for the food to be done. Like, I'm not the one who's cooking it. I'm gonna wait for the potatoes itself, that's what I mean. Also, it could just be because I have too much water in the pot, but the wooden spoon did not work. It is still bubbling over. All right, now that my potatoes are fork tender, I'm gonna drain them and start getting to mash. To the pot, I'm just gonna add a stick of vegan butter. No, I'm not gonna be using a stick. This is actually my first time using this, so that's why I thought it was a stick. It still has the measurements, so okay. Still has the measurements, which is dope. And then I'm gonna add everything but the rosemary from the infused milk. And it's so much easier if I had a strainer. I gotta get a small mesh strainer. I'm fishing out the garlic right now. If some rosemary ends up in the pot, it's not end all be all. But I really just want the milk and the butter. And now I'm just gonna get to mashing. Needs a little bit more milk. A little bit more butter. A little bit more milk. You could always add, but you can never take it out. Seasonings. More milk. I almost forgot plant-based sour cream. Oh, this is thick. This is thicker than what I was anticipating. Let's taste it. Could definitely use salt. Other than that, the flavor there. That's it. I forgot to put on the Dino nuggets. Let's go ahead and do that and wash up some dishes and just some again. I'll be using the Impossible nuggets, of course, Dino. This looks like a dolphin. Wild nuggets. Polar bears. These are not Dino nuggets. We're gonna pick out all the Dino looking ones. I feel like those, you could definitely tell it's an elephant. We're gonna leave all of the dolphin ones. Okay. I'm kind of really blowed. These are not Dino nuggets. But who's gonna tell me they're not? Who's gonna check me? To me, they look like dinos. If you squint, it definitely looks like an elephant. Whatever. Cheers. I cannot believe it. The one time I actually don't get Dino nuggets. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I'm such a goof troop, man. I'm trying not to cry about this. The mushroom gravy has beef broth in it. Oh my gosh. So I'm still gonna continue this video even though it's misleading. I didn't intend for it to be. I apologize. I really do. Most of it is vegan friendly. I will not be eating the gravy. So this solely will be for video purposes. I will be enjoying some mashed potatoes and those nuggets though. My boyfriend is not a vegetarian, so he's actually gonna have some mashed potatoes as well, and he's gonna have the one with the gravy on it. But for the video, so close. I cannot blame anybody else but myself, because I literally was going in this store. I literally was gonna go and make my own broth, but then my sister was like, oh, there's mushroom gravy. I bought it. I didn't even think about looking at the ingredients because it just made sense to me, at least, that it would be vegetarian friendly. This is a lesson learned, that I have to look at ingredients a little bit more. I am so sad. Show must go on. At least the nuggets are done. It better be. I can't handle any more mental breakdowns. Let's plate her up. I have an idea. So I don't have to use as much potatoes. Ah, you picking up what I'm putting down? Why didn't I just use a smaller bowl? Okay, we're just trying to use a smaller bowl first. I'm gonna save this, obviously. A lot harder than I anticipated it to be. Dino nuggets. Who's gonna tell me that don't look like a tarantula?
Girl, what the fuck is you talking about?
A T-Rex. Candles. Of course, it's gonna be a whole ritual. It's coming together. Oh yeah, let's cut out the lights. One last one for the road. Even though this was a total fail, that was it for this video. If you did like this video, please make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you next time.